Hello everyone, this is Nick from Yardman Garden and Arts TV, and I'm coming to you today with another video at a familiar spot, as you know, right here by my house side. Every season I grow something right here at this good spot. I've grown from tomatoes, a bunch of tomatoes to okra, to cabbage, to sweet chard, as you know. But as last season, as you guys see, I share a few video, with some Callaloo, and that's a super greens that consume a lot in the Caribbean, and especially where I'm from in Jamaica. So Callaloo is super healthy, super high in protein, amino acid, iron, just everything. It's one of the most healthy super green vegetable out there. You can look it up, and then also previous video in description I've shared a few nutrient facts on Callaloo, of like measurement and what nutrients you can expect to gain from it. But yeah, anyway, last season you remember I shared videos. I planted about 7 Callaloo, 6 to 7 root of Callaloo. So individual Callaloo root is just that much, not much, But we all see the amount that I got. It was a whole bunch of Callaloo. I was saying Callaloo for days. But what's crazy about this season is that what you're looking at behind me right here is our Callaloo, and I didn't plant none. As you see, I shared the video and stuff with the Callaloo growing, cutting the Callaloo, and then at the end I shared some with some seeds growing. As you see, when the seed was growing on it, so all that seeds that you see that was growing in the sky, so a lot of those got blown out of the pollen sac, of the bunches that it was in. And that's typical Callaloo, that some tiny black seed that it contained, so a lot of it got blown over, into this area here. And yeah, this spring I literally didn't have to plant any Callaloo. So here am I sharing this video right now, and this whole portion of Callaloo came up on its by itself. So it's a bit of sweet thing, Some people would say it's kind of invasive, but this is the type of invasive that you want, because this is all healthy, this is all super green, this is all I'm gonna consume throughout the summer, and I'm gonna eat Callaloo for days, for weeks, for months, and it's a beautiful thing. And just the whole idea of the fact that I didn't have to plant none, so you saved me that extra time, and they came right along with the season. So as soon as stuff start to spring and get the soil start to get, germinating, these beautiful, precious, beautiful greenery came up. But yeah, just look at it. It's just awesome to see. When I see the young seedlings coming up, I almost wouldn't believe just that the fact that I know nothing else could be growing, at this side. So I figured that it's gotta be Callaloo. And then as they slowly grow, I was like, yeah. But it's amazing. It's just a beautiful thing. So I'm gonna just bring you guys a little bit closer. Oh yeah, it's just amazing. You start from here. There I have a little parsley plant, but there's not even much room for anything this season over here. It's just all Callaloo. But I'm excited, I'm a vegetarian. So I can't complain. This is some giant onion. It's gonna bloom soon. I don't know even know if that's a good thing. So but yeah, that's some bloom it's gonna be getting. It's a beautiful bloom as well. But you look at that stalk. And there's actually a nice onion down inside here, It's probably need to be covered a little bit more, but it's pretty sturdy, it's a nice size. But this video is mainly about this Callaloo. But just look. And like I said, last season I had no more than 6, 7 the most individual plant. When I mean like 1, 2 go on. That's all I had. So all this area, it's just that so much that I'm gonna be dealing with this season. So I can totally be sharing Callaloo with anybody interested, my neighbors or anyone. But yeah, right in this box, as you remember, is where I had them last season. Cause the whole thing is it that I plant them late in the season, and you know my groundhog ate a lot of the young seedling when they came up. So the few that I had, was like the 7 that was in this era, which is what these seed, after all the growth that I got in those previous video, like I said, all those growth I got is what those seedling came from, and are not seedling, but the seed that blown out of the plant and stayed all winter. And this is what spring is looking like. I mean, we're a little bit out of spring right now, but so yeah, it's crazy. So this whole area here, I have hardly no room for anything. As you see right here, there's a couple tomato plants growing in the midst. So I definitely gonna maybe thin this area out and leave this tomato here to grow instead of try to transplant it. Cause I do have a lot of tomato growing on the my hillside over there. So I will share a video with you guys as we go along in the season. But it's crazy. Yeah, but yeah, these are 2 tomatoes. There's another small one right here. Right here. Yeah, and this one. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely, probably even as I go this evening, I'm gonna rape some callaloo for sure. So I might just take these completely out, you know what I mean? Some of them I might transplant the younger ones, like these ones down on the hillside there at a different spot. But I see, transplanting the callaloo, the fact that so much is in this location, and leave the tomato to do its thing. So yeah, it's like even over here, right in my strawberry patch, you still have callaloo, which is kind of in the location where the branch was hanging. So I'm surprised it's not growing, but this is a more rough area, a more rugged area. The strawberry is not really an area that kept after that much. So probably the reason why so much seedling didn't take. But it's it's all in that location right there. Come all the way along here. But for it to come over this side so much, you kind of get me, because the branch was hanging more to this strawberry patch area. But all this area, some as I can just imagine, it's the wind is what blow them. Because I will share details into it as I go. But like I said, rewatch my videos. You can see right here. This is what would be the seed. The seed. What you would call it? The pod or whatever that contain the seed. You know what I mean? So right now it's just kind of young. There's no seed in it at the moment. It would get like huge and grow more big. And till it eventually contains seed. So call it a seed sack, a bloom or whatever it is, but this is what would be contained in the seed eventually as the seeds would grow. I mean, and as I cut it and go to reap it, I definitely can cut this and consume this in my food. Nothing wrong with that. It's I'm sure it's a healthier part of the plant too. It's just that as this get older, it will start to grow seed. But yeah. So definitely I'm gonna, as you see, I can start to reap callaloo for sure. So I'm excited about that. Early in the season, it's one of my first vegetable I'm gonna get to reap. And like, as I said, I didn't plant it, so that's the most, important. I just the most beautiful part of this whole thing is the fact that all this that I'm looking at, you guys looking at, I didn't have to plant. And imagine what 6 to 7 plant did, and now all this that I have. So I have so much callaloo, I almost could sell callaloo. You know what I mean? Because if I was a farmer right now, all I did, because there's so much in between, in the midst of it. Some young ones, that's not getting sunlight enough, so they won't grow tall or big enough. Those I could transplant. It's all in there. So if I was a farmer, I would just get on it right now, and stay tuned. You never know. You know what I mean? I always have this mind of doing farming as even my livelihood and stuff. So you never know. I have callaloo, I have Scotch bonnet. That's 2 awesome Caribbean great consume consuming product or consuming food. And you know, being here in America, you don't see those much, you know, unless you're at areas or those locations that's influenced by Caribbean people. Or more to say Jamaica if it's more Jamaican inspired. New York, you're gonna find it in Jamaica influence area. Florida, the same thing. Boston, you have some Jamaican influence area. But here in Chicago, I know in the city maybe, Evanston, Illinois, I'm actually, an hour more north of the Chicago city. So I'm more like in the suburban country side almost area. Beautiful area, as you see, I show by the lake. So I'd rather be where I'm at than the city, rather have place to grow my food and just the freedom of, being out of that that business. But yeah, we don't really have much influence, especially about this side, more north, more actually closer to the border of Wisconsin. Not much influence of Jamaican product at all. So your boy here has been inspired and stuff, and I don't have the land space at the moment, but you never know what can turn. Like totally, I could see myself growing Callaloo and Scotch bonnet and distribute it to the local Jamaican influence or just Caribbean West Indian influence store. And I feel like it could work, you know what I mean? Because who else is doing it really? And if those guys do get stuff like Callaloo, they're gonna get it in a tin. Same thing like Aki. I know I'm not growing Aki, obvious. I'm not in Florida. You could get away with growing Aki in Florida, but a warmer climate that stay warm most of the year. But Callaloo, you know what I mean? This could be a great seasonal cash crop for me, and it could be a big thing. Like it could be as big as how much I explore it or how much I advertise and bring it to people. Because as like I said, from this whole suburban location area, go right back to the city, from Evanston, Illinois to Rogers Park. I know those are great influence of Jamaican people or just Caribbean people on a whole. And other places in the city. I'm not too familiar with those areas in the Chicago city area because I must more been in the quiet suburban area since I've gotten here. But anyone who may watching this video, see this video and see any inspiration towards that, think it's a great idea. Although one don't necessarily need other input, to say, but it's always great to have influence from people or just input in that. But not to say that you should let anyone stop you from doing what you wanna do, or should give you the go ahead if that's what you really wanna do. You should pursue it, and I'm definitely adamant about it, and I'm inspired by it. I think I'm gonna see what this season go. Maybe even if I don't get on that board of selling it or anything like that, but just introducing it to people, tell people about it and tell them my idea. And who knows, like I said, I don't have the property at the moment, but I may lease. Imagine leasing an acre land to say, or even less, half an acre, even less, to grow like a whole big patch and a bunch of organic Callaloo and Scotch bonnet pepper to distribute to people that want it, and not so much have the choice and the access towards it. So that's my goal. Yardman Garden and Arts TV might be coming with great things toward the future, and just what it may hold. And I have meringue plant. The meringue is healthy. I can sell like babies of those as well. So that would make me a happy man. That would make me live in my life in that way. Doing great things for the world and for people, and just overall whoever I touch and whoever could get a big bungalow of this organic Callaloo. That would make me feel like I'm living a greater life. I work currently at the local dispensary. It's a great dispensary. It's one of the best in the world, actually. One of the busiest in the country. I think it's the third busiest, so definitely the busiest dispensary in Illinois I work at. So great influence and a great purpose. Cause medicinally, we help a lot of good people every day. So, but that's not necessarily my full purpose and my dream to stay in that, forever or for too long to say. But imagine being at home in my my own world, growing and providing great food and a natural resource for people to consume and to get healthy. That would be a more life purpose goal for me. And at the same time, as I do a lot of art, so then I would even get to paint more instead of going out to do a 9 to 5, 5-6 days a week. Man, you can hear the train in my background so loud. It's a beautiful thing, but so you get loud so much sometimes. But anyway, you know, this is awesome. And like I said, comment on, anybody inspired, whether you're in a different state, whether you're even in Jamaica, in the Caribbean somewhere, way and give me your input on this and not tell me what you think. 'Cause this is just awesome. And like I said, the species and the one that started this whole thing did came from Jamaica. You know what I mean? It's a package that was bought from Jamaica. You know what I mean? Prepared, grown, and prepared in Jamaica and everything. And this is what they brought forward. So imagine now I quit reaping this at the end of the season and decide say, hey, I'm gonna let it seed. Imagine, like I said, last season was 6 to 7 plant. Imagine I let all of this seed. What I could get. I know I could start even selling seed, you know, and stuff. Imagine, and that's what is gonna happen. Cause at certain point, what I mean, I can just take so much, and then the season gonna come to and closing. So then I have to make a lot of it seed. So that's just how much more I would have, to can be able to produce and provide for whoever would be willing to want to be able to distribute and sell Callaloo. You know what I mean? So the sky is the limit with this thing. I'm not gonna ease up with it. I known people in Jamaica and stuff, a farmer, of just selling Callaloo and scotch bonnet pepper, those type of spice or thyme as a cash crop and do great. Was able to send their kids to school, do great in life. And to me, what I mean, it's not always making that big buck. I live in the luxury life, what I mean, it's always live happy and serving for a greater purpose. And to me, would be able to be doing this and distributing it to people, not having the privilege or the easy way to get it. Be the guy here to provide it in this location would be just a dream come true and a pleasure for me. It's alright? So yeah, comment on this video whenever I put it up and share it on my YouTube channel, Yardman Garden and Arts TV. You know what I mean? And this is Nick right here. Try to get back this thing in the house. Anyway, I'm just gonna oh yeah, Yardman Garden and Arts TV. You know what I mean? Tell me what you think. Go, check out this video whenever I share it. Like and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for great content. You know what I mean? I know that I've said it before. Like I will follow up and continue doing it. I'm not doing it as much as I would have wanted to. I have had unfortunate events and stuff with like a lot of my video got damaged. Cause honestly, like I think I've expressed it before that I mostly use my phone, and I have phone broken with many of my video that I have already, create and ready to share, and lost all those footage and those content. So, I mean, there's some setback along the way, but I'm looking forward to do great this season and do better, and share with you guys some great gardening videos and something that we can all find some sense of it, learn from it, and be inspired by. So, alright, stay tuned, like and share. Yardman Garden and Arts TV. Peace and love to the people of the world, and always a blessings, and always love. You know what I mean? And yeah, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Alright, blessed.